Ready?
Trying to get live. Wait for the YouTube connection to kick in. Wait a minute. Hold up. What up, 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 what up? It's your boy T.
Hey, it's your man B.
You want to ride out?
Literally.
Season 4. Episode 2.
We kicked season 4.
4 seasons in. Who's the episode going to be?
Oh wow. 2. Kentucky John Wall. Kentucky John Wall. I see that's your man too. I know.
Kentucky. You say Kentucky John Wall?
Yeah, Kentucky John Wall, number 2.
My man wore 11 in Kentucky.
Oh shit. Shit. That because he had the little logo. My bad. But John Wall, fuck. John Wall.
We giving it to John Wall anyway. I'm always for that. Even though I think we've given one to John, I don't care.
No, we didn't.
I don't care.
Nah, John Wall, man. Like, I don't know if this is the I don't know if it's the interview or what, but they did it like my team did him 30. He needed way more support than he got, and he didn't deserve to get outfit like way because of couple game time. Because of people like that's some that's some problem. How he went out and how they lied about. Can you expect from underwhelming ownership and management? What you got, man? Where we at? That's my bad. That's a little rant for the weekend.
It's all. Hey, listen, man. We've been a while. I mean, it's been a lot of things going on.
Yeah, it's been a record.
So I mean, we got it's a lot of things that we could talk about, but today we're going to talk about Chris Rock.
Okay.
To start, we're going to talk about Chris Rock, and before we get into the special, it's one thing that I've never understood. Maybe it's because I'm just a diehard stand-up comedian fan, and everybody with the term that the new social media fans are using is they call somebody casual. That's like that's like to say, oh, you really ain't into it type of thing. I don't know. You're a casual. Like, that's weird to me. But to use that term, there's a lot of casual stand-up comedian fans. Meaning they only watch a certain type, or they don't like look for stuff, so they only exposed to what's been given to them type of stuff. So
right.
I love stand-up comedy. Like we've had this conversation plenty of times before. Chris Rock, I just don't understand I don't think he's like I don't understand. I don't think he's funny slam. I don't get it. Like his comedy is brilliant. I part believes that the hate he gets, and this is before the whole Will Smith situation. I think a lot of the hate he gets from the Black community is because he doesn't like bank on urban jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like
he didn't need to early on. But I keep a lot of. And I think the new the younger crowd it became some more because they started for him Ricky Gervais I called him later, but like in front of him, and the person that had to stop it was Jerry Seinfeld. That makes you look crazy. Like, it makes you look crazy. I don't really know that much. It does make me get crazy, but that's one spot in your career, getting your preferences are. But you're right. There's a lot of casuals that just come out, jump out, and have opinions about. Every time Kevin Hart jumped out, it was a major thing, whether it's funny or not funny, whatever. That's every time he comes out, that's the big. But he's obviously funny to somebody because he's selling out arenas. So he's funny to me for the most part. I think his last special was not, but
he's been killing it since day one. Like his stand-up specials are like, I don't know that he has a weak stand-up special. Like obviously you can rank his specials. Like anybody who has at least 3 or 4, you can obviously rank them, or which is your favorite versus your least favorite. But he doesn't have any weak stand-up specials. Whereas,
talking about Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock. Like there's some comedians, beloved comedians, who have weak stand-up specials. I don't know. There's only a few that I can think of that don't have a weak special. Like I don't count Eddie. Eddie only has 2.
Right.
You could, if you wanted to, you can say Martin, but I think Martin doesn't have it. Like he only has, obviously, You So Crazy was like, that's Hall of Fame worthy stand-up specials, right? And then he went on and had a career. He didn't come back to stand up until after his Hollywood fame had died down. Then he did Run Tell That, which is still a good special. Not messing with Run Tell That, but not messing with You So Crazy, but not that. But like say, take Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart has had enough where obviously you can rank him, but based on public opinion, his last 3 at least were lackluster to you know what I'm saying, just to put it, you know what I'm saying, politely.
Right.
Mike Epps has had a couple, and
I think he's at 5 now.
To be honest with you, I only think he's only had maybe 1 good one. He's had some good spots in all of them, but not overall good.
Yeah, and I would always be. I'm a fan of Mike Epps, but I'm not a fan of watching his specials like on the couch. Go see him live. If you go see him live, he's hilarious. Like he runs. First of all, he runs an hour and a half. Some of those jokes are in his specials, some of them not. He'll run and do improvise and do all types of stuff. He is better live, and he's better in front of a camera when he's directing. Like I would, Mike Epps is, that's a different case to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, Mike Epps not that really that funny live, not specials. Before I went to see him live, but when I went to see him live, I was like, yeah, he's hilarious, but he's not like Cat Williams or somebody else that crafts jokes.
Even Cat Williams has had a special where it's like people were like, nah, that's not good.
Yeah, no, yes, absolutely. But he's also a guy that has like 6 specials too. So like,
you let him tell it. He has the most. I have the most specials. I have the most. This boo boo. I have the most. Yeah, the only first one to tour every city in America, boo boo. The first one. Cat Williams, dog. You funny, motherfucker. I'm the first one, boo boo. That's my Cat Williams impression. That's like, I don't think my Cat Williams impression is even a Cat Williams. I think it's an impression of somebody else doing a Cat Williams impression. But you know who I'm saying if I do it, so that's all that matters. So I can add Cat Williams, and I've never done Cat Williams before. That's my first time ever doing it. I got Cat Williams. Obviously, I could probably do Kevin Hart if I wanted to. I got a average Denzel. But my favorite will always be my Barack Obama, which I'm not gonna break out right now on season 4, episode 2. I'll save it for later. I'll have a conversation with myself and Barack. Me and Barack have a conversation with each other. But let's get to the special. Because obviously, Chris is controversial. He's been controversial, and he's definitely didn't slack on the controversy going in. It's called Select Outrage, the name of his special, which is the perfect name. Like that's what comedy is now. Period. It's selective outrage, and his special does not miss. His special is not. I mean, he took obviously from the whole mixing of the Will Smith slap and Jada Pinkett Smith. And he actually took a little heat. I don't say a little heat because I don't know. I haven't checked the temperature on how much heat yet, but he caught some heat for the Michael Jackson R. Kelly joke. I know, like, I think his Michael Jackson's nephew. I'm not sure which kid or which Jackson it came from, but one of his nephews. What'd you say?
Yeah. I think it was Jermaine's son, but I can't. I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah, it was one of his nephews.
He's the one that's, yeah, he's
yeah, and they're all like, "Oh, you've been like, listen, bro." Like, the problem I have with social media, man. It's the problem I have with social media. But it's like it's not even a real problem because it's like it doesn't matter. It's like it's just part of it. I mean, it's just part of it. You're gonna have stuff you like. You're gonna have stuff you don't like. Some people are gonna say some shit, and it actually gets heard because you're a Jackson. Like, you're not even famous. You're a famous person's nephew. How did you feel about the special? Because me personally, I mean, I wouldn't say that it was his best one. He would probably not say it was his best one. I mean, he might base as an artist who doesn't want to pick and choose between his specials as far as good and bad. He'll probably have to go off of, okay, which one grossed the most, like which one was the. So he'll have to base his success on actual tangible numbers versus feel or opinion, because people could say, "Oh, it sucks," but if he's made the most money off of it, he's not going to think it sucks. He's like, "Well, shit, I do this to make money, and I made money, like a lot of it." So I don't know how he would view it. And I mean, I don't think this might be his. I think shit, he did numbers when he re-released Collateral. So, and he won an award for that one too, by the way. I can't remember which award he won for, but he won an award for Collateral. The special, the Netflix joint. I think it's Collateral. I hope I'm saying the name right.
The one we directed, like,
your mic is not clear.
Tambourine? You only have two.
Oh, you know what? I'm saying Collateral. I'm talking about. I'm talking about Tambourine. It is Tambourine. I don't know where I got Collateral from. Tambourine. Yeah, he did an uncut version of it. You must be in a crappy area on the ride up. On the ride up, you're driving through a sticky neighborhood right now, Brian.
Give me 10 minutes. I'm about to be at the house, and I'll get back on the Wi-Fi.
But no, like, so what would you rate his special?
This one that just came out?
Yeah.
It was. I don't think it's better than Tambourine. Probably like he had 5. Probably his 5th best.
At least
5th best specials. I don't know.
It was.
I have to count them. Big Endeavor or whatever.
I'll say this. One thing about Chris Rock, the one thing Chris Rock gets away with that like whenever I see any other person do it, it irritates the shit out of me. Is I hate a comedian that cracks a joke and then laughs at his own joke.
Oh, you gonna hate Marlon's joint then? because he's
Like
he's
like
cracking his
when you
up.
laugh at your own joke sometime, it sort of rings like it wasn't funny and you're sort of trying to put it over. But Chris Rock, the way he laughs, it's like Eddie Murphy. The way they laugh, like certain people, the way they laugh, it sort of adds to the joke.
Mm-hmm.
You said Marlon laughs. Marlon does seem to laugh at himself a little bit, but I haven't seen his new special,
Yeah,
so
you
I don't
got
know how egregious it is.
it's kind of, at parts that is really bad. Like it almost takes you out of the special. Not to say it's a bad special, and because I like the special, but he does laugh at himself. If you're not a fan of that, you're gonna like notice it. It's gonna be very noticeable.
Man, it's definitely one of those things where it's like I think it comes down to whether or not the joke was funny or not. Like if the joke was funny, then okay. Like I don't now. It's a difference between laughing at your own joke and like if you're like cracking on somebody in the audience, it's sort of like respond like laughing in response to some of the answers you get. I've seen comedians do that.
Yeah.
That I don't mind. But someone be like, and they're smacking the mic on their lap like they're hysterical. I'm like, bro, I paid $20 to see you, bro, on a Saturday. You're not that funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense to anybody who's only getting $20. Well, hey, listen, I wouldn't get anything. I'd be the free guy, and I wouldn't even get a Saturday night set. So I'm not knocking what you're doing. I'm just saying, like, let's keep it all in perspective. Is all I'm saying. Keep it all in perspective, bro. You don't need to be laughing at yourself. Let us do it. Crack the joke and let us laugh. But like I said, man, Chris Rock is in my top 10 all time. So I'm always going to be tuned into what a Chris Rock special. Marlon, I love Marlon to death, but from on my top 10, top 20, I don't know Marlon's even in my top 50. You know, I've went as far as to rank out 25, and I do think when I first did that 25, there are people who I would probably switch in and out now. Maybe some people will move like spots. Some people might come out of the ranking altogether when I add other people just based on damn, I forgot about this person. But I try my best to do a list and not have that moment where it's like, damn, I forgot all about this or forgot about that. You know, there may be people there might have been like one or two people who I might not have been too exposed to like their prime work. And it might change my opinion on it. For the most part, I think my list is pretty solid. I think some people got like one special that I saw and it was newer, so I sort of like maybe ranked them a little higher. But like I remember that I had Joe Rogan somewhere pretty high on my special. But Joe Rogan had a great fucking special. I think Joe Rogan's a funny comedian. But I think I had him high, like a little higher than maybe I should. And plus, when I first did that, my guy, one of my probably my favorite stand-up comedian right now, not named Dave Chappelle, wasn't on the scene with a special yet. So I hadn't seen him on stage yet. But since now that I have, Ryan Davis is definitely there for me. Like
he's shooting his special.
I don't know if
yeah, he's shooting his special.
I don't, and he's actually back in town. He's back in town this month or next month. So I'm not 100% sure. I to be on my
and I'm not a fan of going back to see somebody when I already seen the jokes and they're probably going to tell the same jokes. But I would go back to see those same jokes. Like I would.
That's a good one. Like I think anybody who could tell the same joke to somebody and make them laugh the same amount or hard that they heard it. That's a
I've been
I gave
traveling.
Brian shit about. I gave Brian shit about driving like that early, and then I
I
lost it.
still am. Yeah, I still am.
Nah, but
Okay.
it was my turn this time.
Right. We're gonna have to edit the hell out of this one.
Oh yeah, definitely edit. Oh yes, definitely got chop it down.
Nah, but be back. I'm about.
But yeah, but so
Now.
go ahead.
No, it's all
So
good. What was
like I said, since we're talking since we were talking about comedy, and I was saying that when I did my first list, I was probably have to edit it because there's certain people who definitely would probably make my list. Some people might come out of my list. So I'm gonna run down the list, and I'll probably, I had Monique, some more, Joe Rogan, Michael Collier, Deion Cole, and mind you, Deion Cole was on my list. I did this almost what 3 seasons ago. I think I put this 11 in season 1. So you know what I might do, Brian? I think that I'm going to have we should do a list for like top 10s for every season.
Do you remember what episode that was? Because we can go back and try to grab that jump, but
I'm gonna find it. Don't worry, I'll fucking find it.
all right. So I want to know what mine was at the time. Yeah.
TK Kirkland, Sinbad, Eddie Griffin, Cedric the Entertainer, Barry Spears, Red Fox, Russell Peters. So Russell Peters going into this list was, man, he was killing it. But almost maybe 2 months after I made this list, and Amazon, I think it was Amazon.
Yeah.
He had a special on Amazon. It's like, yo, anybody who doing work on Amazon, it's like, yikes. It's like the quality it just wasn't there. Like that just wasn't a good special. So he's gonna drop back on my list off that special. Aziz Ansari, I mean, I said this, and then he got blackballed for a chick giving him some pussy and then leaving and saying, yeah, I didn't want to give him pussy. But she never said she never told him. Never let him know. She just went along with the date, gave him pussy.
Right.
And he got blackballed for that. He got caught up in the Me Too movement because of that shit. It's fucking weird, but whatever.
Yeah, I remember that. I thought he put another special out after that.
Yeah, he did. But he looked like he looked like he was still like emotionally fucked up from it, and that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Tom Segura, man, listen, that's my guy. I had Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Richard Pryor, D.L. Hewley, Bill Burr, Chris Rock, Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence, Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy, and then of course my GOAT, Dave Chappelle. So if I look at that list, a couple names, at least one name in particular that I would definitely find a place for on my list is Patrice O'Neal.
Mm-hmm. You can probably take every.
I would find
Harry Spears.
Damn. I think Ari Spears is hilarious, bro. I know people don't like him like in real life, but like on stage, I think Ari Spears is hilarious. Hilarious, man.
I'm sure he's touring, but like, when's the last time he's put on anything like or been on anything like? He's
sort of blackballed because of the whole skit thing, Brian. And
no, that was
because he gave an opinion on Lizzo.
Before that, he wasn't doing anything.
He was. He's always on stage.
He got punched in the face when he was with Corey Holcomb. That's like he's always on stage, but like have you seen him like on one of those his like mini tours like at the Improv or something?
Yeah, he was at the Improv like 2 months ago.
You saw him? He was funny?
I didn't get a chance to see him. I would have seen. I would have went to go see him.
Yeah,
Bro, I would love to go. I would
not
love to go
a-
see. I would love to go see Eric Spears perform, bro.
because he's a great impersonator. But like,
Everybody on my list, everybody that I've listed, I would go see them live. I've seen Dave live. Thank you. I will never see Eddie live because he's never gonna be live. Bernie passed away. Who knows? Maybe I can see Martin one day. Jamie doesn't do stand up anymore. Chris Rock is expensive as hell. I might be able to see Bill Burr. Who knows? Fingers crossed. I've seen DL. Richards passed away. I've seen Kevin Hart. Maybe one day I'll see Kevin. Maybe one day I'll see Tom Segura. I've seen Aziz Ansari. Russell Peters is expensive as hell because the Indian folk hold up their community. They hold up their celebrities. Their celebrities, bro, their celebrities can like have off days and they still gonna show up and hold them down and they're not gonna go on the internet and shit on them. Boy, listen, Kevin Hart was firing back to back to back specials. He was getting shitted on in the process. And then once he dropped a special that wasn't great, oh, it's like the fucking world ended.
yeah, I mean,
That would have never happened to fucking Russell Peters. That didn't even happen to Aziz Ansari. If Aziz would have kept touring, yeah, he wouldn't have had the white dollar like he was used to, but the Indian community, oh, they would have still showed up. He still would have sold out the Kennedy Center and Capital One. Like he would have, you name it, he'd have sold it out.
well,
He would have sold it out.
I think the difference between the Indian community and the Black communities is we always try to be on the edge of cool and try to be, you know what I mean? So things like that, and like especially entertainment wise, if something's run its course, or we're gonna try to be ahead of something that's running its course. Like Kevin Hart. Oh, he's not like I've heard people say he wasn't funny when he did Laugh at My Pain, which is crazy. Like I thought that was wild. His last two specials may be mediocre, but I didn't think his first four were A1 to me. But like I get what you're saying, but like with Black people, like with hip hop, like it's with anything, like black people is like the arbiters of cool. We're the canary in the coal mine of cool. And if you're not if you're not like trying to like get on the other side of what is absolutely the mainstream popular, once it becomes white popular, people are going to like start to ride against it. Like, and that was happening to Kevin Hart, like I said, with Laugh at My Pain. Like it kind of started.
So here's the thing. I definitely completely agree with your perspective on the Black cool. I am a part of the Black cool, in my opinion. In my opinion. But I want to say this. We are the only community that we don't allow the extra space. Like, yo, we can have more than one lane. If Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle or any one of these veteran greats that have done their thing, if they start to fall off, okay, let them fall off gracefully. Sit them to the side and let them fall off gracefully. We don't do that. We shit on them and tear them down.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the time
with music.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time
it's the same thing with music.
A lot of the time you get the loud majority. You know what I mean? The loud minority. I'm sorry, the loud minority, and then it picks up speed. Like in the internet, it's fickle. Like to me, like the social media, it's hard to gauge some of this like opinions. Like Chris Rock is selling out arenas everywhere, but everybody like there's like hundreds or thousands of tweets talking about he wasn't funny or he's not funny. Like he definitely had funny jokes in that, whether or not you thought it was a great special or not. He definitely had great jokes in that special. The stuff he had with his kid, like about his child, like that was, to me, that was
classic.
That was great.
Nobody's talking about it. That's the shit that's killing me. So the way he bigged up his daughter and put a spotlight on the woman his daughter's becoming, why the fuck is it down in the shade room? Why aren't there clips of that?
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
it's not cool to talk about that when it comes to Chris Rock because it don't fit the narrative of he's this or he's that, and I'm sad on Will Smith. Are you?
And honestly, like there was some transgender jokes that I would thought would like ring the bell. Like it was way more offensive than anything that
I thought he was really safe
Dave
with his
Chappelle
transgender
did.
joke though.
Nah, a couple of those like
Compared to Dave, I think he was pretty safe, bro.
I think his Dave has dwelled on it. That's what's garnered his like attention. But his jokes were way smarter than Chris Rock's jokes, in my opinion. It's gonna like way better crafted. Like Chris Rock was like real live shade, like kind of like, yeah, I don't know, bro. Like that, those come off like really live hating, but not to say they weren't funny or were funny. I didn't really take them as funny, but like, I was surprised that community didn't say anything. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm surprised because I thought the Dave Chappelle jokes, a lot of them, especially the first ones in that first special, I didn't think they were crazy. I think they were like he got progressively worse. He kept going up.
Yeah, I think Dave. People say, "Oh, Dave's making this." No, Dave is he's responding, and he don't do social media, so he uses his platform to respond. You can't be mad because he's not in the fucking character space typing out responses to y'all idiocracy. He's waiting till he's getting his millions, and he's perfectly crafting responses. And if he didn't catch the unnecessary backlash the first time around, I'm not sure he would have even mentioned it again. So it wasn't like he just makes a living off talking about transgenders. Whereas Chris Rock, on the other hand, I just think it was a good joke that fit in. I don't think he was, and it didn't seem like a hate mongering type of joke. You're talking about the Caitlyn Jenner joke, right?
Yes. And then there was a joke about I guess it was a Caitlyn Jenner joke, and it turned into a joke about like an executive or something like that he was like had to talk to or something like that. I'm fumbling right now, but it was those were the original jokes. Oh, you're talking about Chris Rock's joke? Yes, the Caitlyn Jenner jokes, and then there was like a segue into another joke that I was like, oh wow, I'm sure he's gonna get some backlash off that. But
I mean, give it time. Give it time. You know how it does. Give Shade Room a day or two. They might cook up something else.
Yeah, I thought I thought the highlight was like I said was the spot where he was talking about his daughter, and because I mean like you said like that MJ R. Kelly joke. First of all, I don't like black people saying woke like white people touch when call woke. I don't like that. That's not cool. Like you gotta be like that's an old man thing. Like don't say woke like old people, like old white people. Like don't say woke like the Fox News people. Don't do that. Like but your point on selective outrage can be true, while at the same time not like lending your voice, your black voice, to how these white people are trying to use the word woke against people who are trying to stand up for marginalized communities. So that was to me that was a mistake. But the selective outrage point that he had to me is valid. But it's absolutely valid. You know, it might be, you know what I mean? He was it all the way, but was the special all the way funny? There was good spots. Like I can't be mad. I'm not mad at it. Like I'm not mad at like people are mad at it. Like, all right, bro. Like I don't know why Chris Rock got all this hate.
You know,
it's like over the top hate though. It's like real weird hate. I get some of it, but also then I was like, oh, it's like okay, he did that little spot with Ricky Gervais and CK, but like okay, like that's I don't know. I mean. Yeah, that was a bad look. Do I hate the nigga? Does it like negate these 4 other classic specials? No. Come on, bro. His whole body of work.
All right, so
That's weird.
you know me and my segues. So I want to segue real quick before we get out of here today.
Okay. We talking about
Since we talk about selective outrage, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So 2 years ago, the Washington Redskins signed Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Mhm.
and there's all this excitement about getting this aging veteran that never seems to last on the team, but we're excited about him. And then it fails. He gets hurt, but before he gets hurt, he doesn't look great anyway. Then you go to the next year and you get Carson Wentz, and there was, I say 75-25% excitement versus underwhelming enthusiasm about Carson Wentz
I thought they paid
getting
at the time.
paid $30 million to come to town to
Mhm.
be a statue behind the offensive line.
They didn't make Indy pay for any of his 26 mil, and then they gave him 2 picks for him. I thought it was a little too much. But
Fast forward to this year, and there's a great quarterback potentially available, a franchise former MVP quarterback potentially available, and you have a murky situation at the quarterback position, to say the least, and you come out and say that you are one of the teams not interested in pursuing Lamar Jackson.
there's a reason for that, though. There's a reason for it.
I have a theory, but I'm curious to know what's your reasons on it, Brian, that you think.
Dan Snyder is $1 billion in debt. Dan Snyder does not have the cash, and he hasn't had the cash for a long time to sign players to cap-friendly deals. He doesn't have the cash to stop the Ravens from matching. He doesn't have the cash to make a even 50% guaranteed deal for Lamar Jackson viable under the cap. And it doesn't make sense so somebody who's probably going to be out in the next 3 to 5 months to make that decision on a $250 million deal.
He's not gonna be there much longer.
No, in 5 months he'll be gone. But he is in, I don't even know where he's at. His yacht is in London somewhere. So like he's an absentee owner. He's $1 billion in debt. He needs to sell the team because he can't make a new stadium. Nobody's doing business with him as far as every branch of each 3 governments, like Maryland government, DC, and Virginia, and the Fed. So he needs to sell. I know he's kicking and screaming right now. You see all these different reports, or he might not sell, but no, he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to. So at this point, he's too far in.
Okay.
That's done deal.
Now you gave a poignant reason as to why the team isn't going to pursue him.
Mhm.
Now, let's explain how the fans are saying they don't want Lamar Jackson on their team.
That's weird to me. But
Weird.
So let me break. I've seen 2 trains of thought on it, or 3. Right. My train of thought is don't get worked up about this because they weren't going to sign him anyway. This is the situation we're in. There's no possible way for Dan Snyder to do this. So a team to do it. So regardless of whether, he's injury prone, this, that, and the third, whoever, it doesn't matter. First of all, I would do it in a heartbeat. Like just me being me. Like Lamar Jackson's a top 3 quarterback in the league, top 5 quarterback in the league when he's healthy. Even when if his legs do diminish, he's still better than everybody else, like with his legs. So let's be real about that. He's 26 years old. But okay, there's the one, let Sam Howell do it, because he's cheaper and we don't have to then compensate the rating. I've seen that school, which to me, I get that line of logic, but I still you're a big Polish quarterback. He's the best quarterback available ever. You're not going to get a better quarterback available ever at the age that he's at right now. And then the third thing is, oh, he's like this rundown, injury prone guy, which I don't believe. He's had 2 ankle injuries in 2 years. Okay. He's made the business decisions based on them not wanting to pay him. Like that's, you know what I mean? Let's not like carry this away. Like be real about this. He's not injury prone. He made a couple of the business decisions at the end of seasons that they're not going to, contend. Let's be real. But the Ravens weren't contending. They're always going to be good because they have a great structure, but they're not. They weren't contending this year or last year. So, to me, like I said, Lamar Jackson's a top 3 quarterback. You sign top 3 quarterbacks. You give first round picks up for top 3 quarterbacks, especially at the age of 26. Now, to me, like I said, the discourse going back and forth, oh, they should sign him. They should try to sign him. They can't. They can't. It's just not
So,
possible. So that's what I don't get. But don't
yeah. Again, I think obviously you making great points, but this is
Oh man, he got off. Like he's about to make his point. I don't want to get in his way. Hopefully he comes back. But it's like, yeah, man, like let's really get to the real thing. Is Lamar Jackson even available to the Commanders? And he's not. But go ahead, go.
this is the shit I love right here. Y'all saying Lamar is an upgrade over anyone we have in Washington. Well, let's at least give Hal a fair shot to find out. You can't say Lamar is better until we at least see Hal under center for a whole season. Just take the money and you will let's take the money you will spend on Lamar and build Hal a O-line.
Shut the hell up. Whoever said don't talk to me about building a roster.
And then of course
that's what
and somebody was like, "You're speaking facts. How will be something special?" Oh, wait. This shit that I love because I love words and I love the word game. So a person makes that statement, which is opinion based. That's nothing but opinion.
Right.
Then this other person says, "You're speaking facts." He used the wrong "your," by the way. You're speaking facts. How will be something special?
Tell me this is a Facebook group so I don't get too disappointed.
Of course it is.
Okay.
So we're using this fictional this fictional logic to decide whether or not Lamar, who's obviously already shown what he can do and no proof that he won't continue to do it when he gets back on the field. But yeah, how will be something special? No, hey, I hope you're right, and who knows, maybe how is special. Then that I can go with. That I can go with.
Yeah, I in the position the team is in, it makes all the sense in the world to let Sam Howell play the season out. It's really a lost season. They're not going to have time. The new owner is not going to have time to put a coach, a GM in place, a president in place, or even if he does put a president in place to make decisions on the coaching staff or the front office. So what are they going to do? I'm sure they have a budget that they can spend money. They have already franchised Daron Payne, so I know they can spend some type of money, but that's an easy decision because that 18 million is going to be guaranteed regardless, right? And you don't have to put cash up to do it. But like even getting a long-term extension,
all right.
Like that's not nobody's getting.
So before we go, and while I respect your opinion and I mean what you said, and it's probably dead true. Here's the thing. I think the reason why Lamar Jackson is having people come out and say, "Oh, now I'm not talking about fans, I'm talking about organizations. Oh, we're not interested in signing him," is because of fucking collusion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking collusion.
I agree with you. Yeah.
They're all banding together to say, "Hey, we cannot let this guy."
He was making a good point about collusion. I don't know if it's my report, I'm reporting, and he's still reporting or whatever, but he was making a good point about collusion. I believe that. The Falcons need a QB. Panthers need a QB. The Raiders need a QB now.
Guy he's going to earn the money, give him a fully guaranteed contract, because that's a precedent that you don't want your lawyers to have to fight dealing with players going forward, because everybody's going to want one after that.
Right.
Hey, listen, we're at the end of the road.
Yes,
I am
sir.
at my destination. B's already tucked in right now. He's probably about to go take him a nap.
Yeah.
That old man about to take him a nap.
And that's his spot.
But listen, be ready for episode 3. It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
It's coming up soon.
Keep knocking them out, yeah. I think we.
I might go IG live a little later today to have some conversations with some people about some things. But we'll see. You've been on the ride up.